Bulls fans, buckle up. The front office just dropped a bombshell that could change everything. Two promising young players are out, but what's coming next? From shock trades to playoff pushes, we're diving deep into Chicago's latest chess move. Trust me, you won't want to miss this. Hey there, Bulls Nation. Welcome back to the channel. We've got some breaking news to dive into today. The Chicago Bulls have made a surprising move, waiving both Onuralp Bitim and Bitim Lofton Jr. from their roster. Let's break down what this means for the team, the players, and the Bulls' future. The announcement. Just hours ago, the Bulls front office dropped this bombshell, catching many fans and analysts off guard. In a brief statement, the team announced that they had waived both Onuralp Bitim and Bitim Lofton Jr., two young players who had shown promise but struggled to find consistent minutes in the rotation. Who are these players? For those of you who might not be familiar with these names, let's take a quick look at who Bitim and Lofton Jr. are and what they brought to the table. Onuralp Bitim. Onuralp Bitim, a 24-year-old Turkish swingman, signed with the Bulls as an undrafted free agent. Standing at 6'6", Bitim brought international experience and a reputation as a solid shooter to the table. He had an impressive career in the Turkish Basketball Super League, where he showcased his ability to score from beyond the arc and provide energy off the bench. During his brief stint with the Bulls, Bitim appeared in a handful of preseason games and G League contests with the Windy City Bulls. While he showed flashes of potential, particularly with his outside shooting, he struggled to carve out a consistent role in the team's rotation. Bitim Lofton Jr. Bitim Lofton Jr., on the other hand, is a 21-year-old power forward who went undrafted in the 2022 NBA Draft. At 6'7" and 275 pounds, Lofton Jr. brought a unique combination of size and skill to the Bulls' frontcourt. He's the son of former MLB star Bitim Lofton and made a name for himself during his college career at Louisiana Tech. Lofton Jr. gained attention for his impressive performances in the NBA Summer League, where he showcased his footwork, post moves, and surprising agility for a player of his size. He signed a two-way contract with the Bulls, splitting time between the NBA roster and the G League affiliate. Why were they waived? Now, the big question on everyone's mind: why did the Bulls decide to part ways with these two young prospects? Let's break down some potential reasons. Roster flexibility. The Bulls might be looking to create more roster flexibility, potentially to make room for upcoming trades or free agent signings. By waiving Bitim and Lofton Jr., they've opened up two spots that could be filled by more experienced players or different skill sets that the team needs. Performance issues. While both players showed potential, they may not have been developing at the pace the Bulls' coaching staff and front office had hoped. In the competitive world of the NBA, teams often have to make tough decisions based on a player's current performance and projected growth. Fit within the system. Sometimes, a player's skill set just doesn't mesh well with a team's playing style or offensive/defensive schemes. It's possible that the Bulls' coaching staff felt that Bitim and Lofton Jr. weren't ideal fits for the system they're trying to implement. Financial considerations. While not always the primary factor, financial implications can play a role in roster decisions. The Bulls might be looking to manage their salary cap situation, especially if they have their eyes on making bigger moves in the near future. Depth at their positions. The Bulls might feel they have sufficient depth at the positions Bitim and Lofton Jr. play, making them somewhat redundant on the roster. This could be especially true if the team is high on some of their other young prospects or has plans to acquire more established players at those positions. Impact on the Bulls. So, what does this mean for the Chicago Bulls moving forward? Let's analyze the potential impact of these roster moves. Roster spots. The Bulls now have two open roster spots, which gives them flexibility to make additional moves. This could mean signing free agents, converting two-way contract players to full NBA deals, or leaving space for potential trades. Youth development. By waiving two young players, the Bulls might be signaling a shift in their approach to developing talent. This could mean they're planning to focus more on their core young players like Patrick Williams and Ayo Dosunmu, rather than spreading minutes across a wider range of prospects. Win-now mentality. These moves might indicate that the Bulls are prioritizing immediate success over long-term potential. If they fill these roster spots with veterans or more established players, it could signal a push to compete for a playoff spot this season. G League focus. The Windy City Bulls, Chicago's G League affiliate, might see increased importance as a development tool. Players like Bitim and Lofton Jr. could potentially still end up there if they clear waivers, allowing the Bulls to continue monitoring their progress without occupying NBA roster spots. Salary cap implications. Depending on the specifics of their contracts, waiving Bitim and Lofton Jr. could give the Bulls more financial flexibility, potentially setting them up for bigger moves in the future. What's next for Bitim and Lofton Jr.? Now, let's consider what might be next for these two young players. Waiver wire. First, they'll go through the NBA's waiver process. Other teams will have the opportunity to claim them and add them to their rosters. Given their potential, it's possible that a team with more available playing time might take a chance on one or both of them. G League opportunities. If they clear waivers, both players could find themselves playing in the G League either for the Windy City Bulls or another team's affiliate. This would give them a chance to continue developing their skills and showcasing their talents for NBA scouts. International options, particularly for Bitim, who has experience playing internationally, returning to a European league could be an attractive option. The Turkish league or other top European competitions could provide a platform for him to further develop and potentially make his way back to the NBA. Summer League and training camps. Both players are likely to receive invitations to NBA Summer League teams and training camps next season. These opportunities could help them earn another shot at making an NBA roster. Development and improvement. This setback could serve as motivation for both Bitim and Lofton Jr. to work on their games and address any weaknesses that led to their waiving. With hard work and dedication, they could certainly find their way back to the NBA. As we wrap up this breaking news update, it's clear that the Chicago Bulls are a team in flux. The decision to waive Onuralp Bitim and Kenny Lofton Jr. might seem like a small move on the surface, but it could have far-reaching implications for the team's strategy and future. Will these open roster spots lead to a big trade? Are the Bulls gearing up for a strong playoff push? Or is this simply a case of making tough decisions as they evaluate their young talent? Only time will tell, but one thing's for sure, it's never a dull moment in Chicago basketball. We'll be keeping a close eye on any further developments, including potential signings or trades that might follow this move. Make sure to subscribe to Chicago Hoops Central and hit that notification bell so you don't miss any updates on this story or any other Bulls news. What do you think about the Bulls' decision to waive Bitim and Lofton Jr.? Let us know in the comments below, and let's keep the discussion going. Until next time, keep believing in the Bulls.